episode of Waifu Wars. I am what am I? Your tsundere onesama, do?
And I am that bodybuilder who wears the chick mask, Soroni.
And welcome back to yet another episode of Waifu Wars, where we talk about all things anime, the good, the bad, and the weeb, but not your waifu because she is trash. How you doing, Oni?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Drew?
I'm hot. I'm tired. I'm everything. I'm exhausted. But hey, you know who's also exhausted? Mothers. So, but not today because it's Mother's Day. Shout out to all the moms.
Yes. Love you, Mom.
Yes. Love you too, Mom. Also, thank you for not making me celebrate this holiday. that's that's what makes you the best mom. So yeah, very very tired, but I'm very excited to do this podcast. We have a lot of good anime to talk about as always. So without any further ado, let's just jump right into this shit. And we're gonna start off with our No, not the weekly reviews. We're gonna start with our news segment this week in anime. Oni, you can go first with your news.
Okay, I got a couple of light pieces of news. Starting off with the lightest news first. Lysenko president Yoshinori Ono gifts Zelda Tears of the Kingdom to all of his employees. So yes, the head of a Lysenko or LA Single or Lasagna, however you want to call them, he's a former Capcom producer who worked on Street Fighter games. So he was talking to his development team about Zelda, because of course Legend of Zelda game just came out last week, and he decided in the spur of the moment he was just going to buy the development team each a copy of the game. And he jokingly said on Friday he doesn't expect much work to get done. So don't expect a new event in FGO anytime soon, guys. Everyone's playing Zelda, and it's a 200-hour long game, so have fun with that.
Y'all get nothing to anniversary. Wee!
Yeah. And slightly slightly more business related news. Gundam has recorded its highest grossing profit ever at 100 or revenue ever at 131 billion yen in 2023, which equates to $967 million. I did not know Gundam was that profitable. That's a lot of revenue for Gundam. Holy shit, I did not expect it to be $1 billion franchise.
Like hundreds of billions, like on top of that.
Yes. Ugh. But it's up from 101.7 billion, which was 749 million US dollars in the previous year. So that's like a 200 plus million jump. Gee, I wonder what could have happened in Gundam between this year and last year that made the revenue jump by $200 million. The power of Yuri. But yeah, no, Bandai Namco's other major IPs also went up. Dragon Ball went up to $1 billion. I thought Dragon Ball would have been worth more than $1 billion, but you know. Went up from $1 billion to it's $1 billion. One Piece also went up to 636 million. So actually, One Piece is less profitable or has less revenue than Gundam, which is surprising.
Yeah,
interesting.
That is interesting. But, you know what it is? It's them damn kits.
Yeah,
I think that's for the majority.
They don't have the money to spend on One Piece.
That part.
And actually One Piece went up, it doubled its profit, or it doubled its revenue from 332 million to 636 million due to the success of their new film. So yeah, Bandai Namco is doing good, and Gundam especially is doing very well thanks to The Witch of Mercury. And I expect that means we'll probably get a lot more of The Witch of Mercury after this season, hopefully. And it's just an interesting new direction for them to take the Gundam series, and I'm all here for it.
This article has the word millions so much to the point where I'm like starting to question if that's how you really say million.
Million?
Right? It's not a word I I have to worry about. So it's just like million, million, million. Also, for this One Piece sentence, um, I I wonder if there's a typo.
There is. It says 32 million, but it's supposed to be like 330 million.
Boom. Was that a correction? Oh, not they didn't correct it. Yikes.
No, they didn't correct it yet. Call them out.
Oh, Enemy News Network. Dun. But yeah. No, that's what's up. It's so crazy to see how profitable anime is, which is related to that talk we had about the other people investing in anime and the business practices of developing so much anime, etc., etc.
Yep.
That was a good conversation. I like that episode.
Same.
All right, so on my neck of the woods, this I saw and I kind of thought of Oni because I thought I want to know how you would feel about this specifically. So according to Anime News Network, artist apologizes, deletes Chibi Maruko-chan's dojin of Maruko as a drug addict. So yeah, YouTube video maker and manga artist Gachi Muchi Pants tweeted on Monday that he deleted several tweets featuring his fan creative work after receiving a warning from the official side, quote unquote. The company saying shut that shit down. He also apologized for the excessiveness of the content. The dojin was titled Shabu Maruko-chan. Apparently a slang for illicit stimulant drugs. I'm like, illicit stimulant drugs. I'm like, are you talking about coke?
Apparently.
exclamation mark coke. According to the now deleted tweets, the story followed an adult Maruko becoming addicted to drugs. Her drug seller was a former classmate. The story was divisive at the time of its posting because its inspiration was a beloved children's anime that obviously has no mention of such adult themes.
Are we sure?
So some argue that the backlash was only natural for fan work that distorts the original series to such an extent. And others remarked that they thought the idea behind the manga was entertaining or was funny. The original manga, it what does it say? It inspired an anime that was consistently in the third-rated television anime series, like consistently the third-rated anime series after Saze-san and Detective Conan. Yeah. So how do you feel about this? Because I mean, it's like I don't know. I'm trying to find the equivalent. I guess maybe if like I don't know. Maybe because I'm so desensitized because quite frankly, all the porn that people make of cartoons.
Oh, it's fine. I was thinking the exact same thing. I was like, wow, this reminds me of that one Yatsuma dojin where she gets addicted to drugs.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm compared to, I'm like, I feel like Americans, especially when it comes to sex stuff, we're seemingly more. I don't know. It's such a weird. We have like such a weird thing. It's like we all know. We've all seen those weird cartoon ads of like cartoon porn, but I guess that's not a thing in Japan because clearly everyone's like, "What the fuck?" Like I don't know. Maybe if they like made the Powerpuff Girls into drug addicts. Maybe because they're doing drugs.
I think it's more the drugs.
Yeah, I think it's the
than
drugs.
The porn.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure I can just look this character up and find porn of her, like all the dojins and stuff.
I'm sure you could. Oh god.
But yeah, I mean, it's weird because I definitely know Japan has a thing where I've noticed when I'm looking at dojins and stuff or whatever, drugs is not very commonly used, and if it is used, it's like used in the whole like this. Like we won't name what the drug is. It's just a magical pill thing, or it's a magical substance that you sniff, and like they won't name it or say anything about it. So I guess it's like a cultural thing.
Yeah.
But they're so like even like okay, you can have our characters, I don't know, getting gang banged by pigs and dogs or whatever, but don't you dare have them
Okay.
sniffing coke.
But to be fair, I feel like another difference that probably got the attention of the company was that he apparently put it on Twitter, which I'm like, you're bold for that.
I mean, I don't think so because I think a lot of doujin artists post their things on Twitter.
Oh,
So I don't know. I mean, maybe, or it could just be that this one company is super
yeah.
protective of their
I feel like
character.
Gachimuchi Pants, like he's big enough
Mm-hmm.
to cause a stir, and putting it on Twitter, like
Probably.
it probably just went viral. Uh,
Oh, so you know what it is? Because he's a YouTube video maker. I don't know if he made a video about it. Did he make a video about it?
did he? I
Was it
he's
like a video series or was it just like
of what
illustrations
of what this does.
of this of this? Yeah,
No, he just
because
posted
if
it. He
it's
posted it on Twitter. He says he tweets it. He tweeted it.
mm,
So that's very in- interesting. I'm trying to look for all the. First of all, there's only like one. There's only two videos about Gachimuchi. By
mm,
the way, damn, I was about to click on it, but I was like, oh, nope, 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 I can't. I'm
mm.
like, because everything will get me copywritten, and then we'll be in the same shit that Gatimuchi was. Um, yeah, I have no idea who this Gatimuchi person is. Okay, can I Google him? Can I Google you?
It just comes up with something about wrestling.
Okay. Gatimuchi mangaka. Pants manga. Okay, it's the and yet we're still find our way back to the wrestling somehow. I guess
Mm.
that's part of Gachimuchi's thing. They are very into
Oh,
wrestling.
he has a gay wrestling manga. That's why.
Oh, then what? Okay, so now I'm even more confused. Now I'm even more confused because like why? If you normally, oh my god, did I? I think I read at least two of these. So I'm like, if you're making yaoi, why are we turning girls into drug addicts?
You could be diversified. You could, you know, people
I mean, I
diversify. They got
guess.
different things.
I guess that's just kind of wild to me, but work. I guess. Well, or not work because he learned his lesson, and that's that. Also, I feel like something that's such. No, never mind. I mean, it was so old, and the creator passed away, so there should be like like maybe they have like more of a reverence to it.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't
Maybe.
know. It might also be because it's purely for kids,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
probably like a marketable.
it's a straight up kid
It's like a
show.
marketable thing. I'm sure. Like this looks like a character like a kindergartner would have a backpack of or
No, no,
something.
no. It's 100% like for kids only.
Hmm.
Are there
So maybe too.
are dude I feel like this is a stupid question, but are there dojins of just like kid shows?
Not really. I'm pretty. There probably are, but I wouldn't know.
Okay. I
I'm not that degenerate, Drew.
I'm not. Well, you said it so confidently
I mean,
before.
I guess it depends. What do you consider a kid show? Does Precure count as a kid show
Mm,
because it has like a large
I'm talking
non-child
about. I'm talking
audience?
about this. I'm talking about Chibi Maruko-chan.
I don't think so.
Okay. Like,
At least none that I know of.
okay, well, and I hope it stays that way, cause like, yeah. So lesson learned, everyone. Don't make weird dojins about old kid shows. You weirdo.
Sure. Yes. Stick to the
Right.
You know what? I'm not gonna say
I
it.
yep.
Stick to the less popular or
No.
the less childish shows to
Okay.
to lewd.
Okay.
Incoming dojin about Anya getting addicted to drugs.
I- Not Anya. Not Anya.
Anya, they're coming for Anya next.
Oh, all right. Now that we're done with our weekly news, it's time to get into our. Now that we're done with our news, it's time for our weekly reviews. I can't get this shit right at all. I'm really tired. This bed is gonna be so immaculate. We're gonna start off with Oshinoko, episode 5.
Mm-hmm.
Um, kind of so cute. Like I love the style of this anime is just so nice. It just everything is just so pretty. Everything's so
Yeah,
pretty.
the art style is amazing. Like the way that they do hair and eyes is really really pretty.
Hello.
For like all the characters.
Can we talk about Aqua's hair this episode? Gagged. I said, oh, I said not this super cute haircut. Yeah.
I was too distracted by Ruby and Kana's hair to care about Aqua's hair, but I'll take your word for it.
Oh my god, their hair was literally the same.
Yes, perfect as always.
Okay, whatever. Anyways,
Aqua's hair looked the same to me. I don't know.
yeah, but right, because you don't know how to notice anything with the tits on it. So this episode, Kana convinces Ruby. No, Ruby convinces Kana to become an idol, and by Ruby I mean actually Aqua.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just Aqua, just saying, "Oh, please, you're so cute. Please, be happy, please." It was almost a little weird. Like it almost made it a little uncomfortable how he was asking. He's like, "I'm requesting this. This is so important to me. Please,
Only you can do this.
please." And I'm just like,
listen, I'd rather have him do that than calling Ruby as a fake agency telling her she didn't get the job. All right, at least now he's actually working in her favor.
I guess, but yeah, through the power of a boy looking cute, Kana actually said yes. I'm just like, oh, Kana.
I love the whole when she first gets the text message and she's like so like flustered and like she goes to the bathroom and like checks her hair.
And then Emoji is with her. She's like, the fuck is she here?
She's like, you got 20 seconds.
And I love how Ruby's like, no. Ruby's like, oh my god, I don't like. Why is she so standoffish to me? I don't get it. And I'm like, because you've been kind of awful to her since.
Yeah, like every time you interact with her, you're calling her names,
right?
Mocking her.
She's like, I don't understand. Mm-mm-mm. But this dating show where Aqua was like, Aqua said, you know what anime I also like? Yuri Is My Job. You know who my favorite character is? Hime. Let me show you how much. and that's exactly what he did. He said, I'm gonna be completely fake fake.
Love their reaction. They're just like, who the fuck is this? This is an Aqua.
Oh my god.
He's not bumming everyone out.
Right. And when he like talks to that kind of Gyaru-ish girl, and they're like, die. Like they're both like, die.
By the way, I don't trust anyone on the show. They're all, I mean, obviously they're all fake, but I especially don't trust this other chick.
Oh.
The black haired chick.
Oh, you keep on?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm waiting for her to pull some shit.
Oh, but she's so great.
Yeah, I know you think she's great.
I know. No, she's great because she's entertaining. Because it's like, yeah, she's great for reasons you don't like her.
I'm going for the Yaru cat mouth girl.
I feel like that's so obvious.
Typical. Yeah, well, listen, I'm not working with a big pool of talent here, all right? Aside from Ruby and Kana, no one on this show is especially likable.
Hey, you don't know that.
Not yet, anyway.
Yes, not yet. But yeah, Yuki Pon, the way she was just working Aqua so
Mm,
easy, and she's like, kiss me. She's like, you may kiss me. She's like, the camera's behind us. Don't look. Like, ooh, that was just so cute. Yeah. So was it manipulative? Absolutely, but it was super.
yes.
But it was also super cute. I was like, ooh, I like a girl who's like manipulative, but not like scary or gross about it.
Yet. I'm
Yet,
sure she
right?
will be.
um. So in order for Ruby and Kana to get more attention to them being idols, they do a collab with someone called Pieyon, who is just some
Yes.
jacked YouTuber who wears a mask on.
Literally me.
In the alternate universe, in one of them universes that Wanda's gonna destroy,
Hmm.
maybe.
I love how they were like, he shows up, and then they're like, "Oh yes, this guy's popular with elementary school." I'm like, what? Why? This weirdo speedo wearing naked dude who just does squats and exercise popular with kids.
Okay, looks at what the kids are into in real life, looks back at you, Oni. I don't
Well,
think
kids watch fucking Five Nights at Freddy reactors and shit. They're not watching no exercise dudes.
they're watching anyone be weird and whatever. You don't know this because you don't do TikTok, and you know
Eh,
what? I don't think
he's not a TikToker. He's a YouTuber.
tomato tomato, but
No, wow. You of all people should not be saying. All right, you're
I
gonna
know
do TikTok.
I know it's not the same thing, even though YouTube is desperately trying to make it so. But
I know. Sadly.
um, but yeah. So he's just like, all right, let's collab, and it's just making them work out for an hour. So
He takes. I love his low key jab at them where he's like, all right, so there's ways to become popular on YouTube. And they're like, oh, like uploading every day and being popular already. And he's like, yeah, but you guys definitely don't have the determination to upload every day. And you guys aren't popular.
drag, he was dragging them, especially when Kana was getting all high and uppity, like I know woman got number 10, and he's like, "Girl, I make 100 million yen a month. How much do you make?" And she's like, "Oh, my bad." He's like, "Yeah, that's what I thought."
Yeah, the kind of Ruby like dialogue scenes are sort of also kind of Ruby had a good dig at Kana too with the whole like looking at the calendar and everyone is busy and she's like, "Oh, Kana, how do you spend your days? You have nothing to do because you don't have a job."
Yeah, that was pretty rough. Kana took so many strays this episode. I don't know why. Poor
Yeah,
Kana.
unfortunately.
They really beat up on her, like, because they were dragging her all last episode.
Yeah, unfortunately, she's gonna be the punching
I
bag of the
feel
show.
like she
I'm
really
pretty sure.
is,
Yeah,
Giving-
but she can take it. She's strong.
She sure is. Prettiest punching bag I know.
Hmm.
And then they just said on their name. They call themselves Bikomachi, which sounds super familiar to something. I don't know what it.
That's the name of the group that I was in. They just stole the name. Just redid the name.
Oh, well. Yeah, there we go.
So I'm sure that'll cause problems.
Oh, absolutely. He'll be like, wait, I thought I killed her.
Yeah, her father just shows. Ai's ex-husband just shows up. Wait, Bikamachi. I gotta send another assassin.
Yeah. So yeah, no. Overall, it was a good episode. A lot of interesting plot points. Oh my god, I'm super into this whole dating variety show. Oh, I loved how they went behind the scenes talking about reality
Hmm.
TV. They're just like, hey, you can do this, and to the point where I'm just like, yeah, all this is like incredibly believable.
I love how we have two different parts of the show that we like more than the other part. Like you're like, I love this dating part. I'm like, I love this Ruby Kana escapade that's going on.
Yeah,
The
but
show appeals to both of us
it
in different
does.
ways.
It does. I feel like I'm always just team Aqua because it's like
Yeah, you're gonna be obsessed with whatever Aqua's doing and be obsessed with whatever
yeah.
Ruby and
Well,
Kana are doing.
unlike you, I want plot, and you just
Unlike
want
you,
her.
I want comfy,
Exactly.
fun antics, not just drama between teenagers.
Right. And but this way we can get a little bit of both.
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess so. Oh god, I can't wait till drama starts happening with Ruby. Until she's just like going
Well, you
through
know what? What's
it.
gonna happen when drama happens with Ruby? Kana's gonna move over to Aqua, and we're gonna have comfy slice of life romance dating with Aqua and Kana.
That is
So there you
you. Wow. I love how
I
you just
can't
spoke those
wait.
lies into existence, knowing damn well that's never gonna happen. He's unless unless Kana puts on an eye wig, homeboy ain't looking at her. He literally he like
Don't be so sure. He did say she was cute, and he did mean it. I think there's something there. I think he got feelings. He's catching feelings for her
or he just
slowly.
or just like Ippon, he manipulated her ass because he probably knows at this point that like, hey, you like me in some capacity.
No, I don't think he's that.
I don't
I
know.
wouldn't say mean, but he's too like single minded to do any of that shit.
But even if he did know, I'm sure I wouldn't put it past him.
Maybe, but only if it would serve the purpose of like catching his father to kill him.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think he would manipulate her just to get her to get Ruby happy.
That is fair. Well, I mean, I don't know. To protect his sister, I think he would. I think he would. He literally was just like, yes, you're here now. Now I have someone safe to watch over my sister so she doesn't get caught up in anything. That's the only reason
Yeah, but then
why.
he was also like, but I didn't say anything that was a lie. So
Oh. I mean, yeah, if she's conventionally pretty, like, I, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like Japanese girls are just so easy. All I have to do is just call them cute. Like, it's
try it.
it's like
See
you're.
if that works.
I
First
mean,
off, that only works if you're. First off, A, that works on everyone, and B, it only works if you're a super hot, attractive person like Aqua.
that is
I
fair.
think that's what's doing it,
Yeah,
and not the you're cute.
yeah. I mean, it's a mix of both.
Yeah, but the looks are pulling the weight.
Yeah. All right. Good show. Can't wait for next week. Let's move on to Demon Slayer season 3, episode 6.
Yes.
So,
Slay the demons.
yeah, the demons are still very much alive.
Who could have seen that coming?
Yeah. Genya still looking like a demon for whatever reason. That moment they had at the beginning where he gets like very scary and puts his neck and starts like kind of choking out Tanjiro, and Tanjiro's like, "No, okay, you can have the last kill. Like, it's fine." And then he's just like, "Oh my god!" It almost like in a thing where he's like seeing Tanjiro all cute. First of all, to the point where I feel like I can see people shipping Tanjiro and Genya.
I'm sure that's a ship.
Yeah, I'm sure that's gonna if not before, definitely now. Also, by the way, was Genya like introduced at any point of this series that I wasn't aware of?
Yeah, in the first season during the first exam for becoming a demon slayer.
Oh,
It was him, Genya. Well, it was Tanjiro, Genya, and then I forgot who. And uh, fuck, blonde dude whose name I'm forgetting now. Linsu. That passed the exams.
okay. I literally, yeah, I can't remember season 1 at all. So yeah, um, yeah, their little thing is cute. And now that everyone has magically regenerated, it's just turning into a full on brawl all over again. But this time, Tanjiro has the power of plot on his side.
He can smell the demon.
Also, apparently he's part Saiyan because him being on the brink of death has heightened all of his abilities, and now he's just flying
Yeah,
around
you get a
chopping
Zenkai
people.
boost.
I'm just like, I okay,
I
sure.
feel like so. My issue with this demon fight right now is, again, I don't feel like they're much of a threat because they're not really like. I feel like they're not doing anything. Like, I feel like they should be able to kill Nezuko and Tanjiro really easily because there's like 4 of them, and it's not like Tanjiro's that good at being a demon. He's not. He's not Rengoku. He's not gonna just be
They're making him
fighting
that good,
a
which
1-on-2 and just fucking beat
they are
them or something.
making him that good, which is one of the problems I have.
And there's always a demon that's just like standing there calling orders and shit. Like, why aren't you just attacking? Just all of you just gang up on Tanjiro and kill him until he can stop you.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say
I do feel like this is the most plot armory fight I've seen in Demon Slayer. I feel like he should be a lot, or if he's not being killed, like at least he should be a lot worse off than he is now. Like I felt like in the last arc, he got like Tanjiro got fucked up constantly. Like he was getting his his finger broken, his jaw got stabbed through, he got like his spine like he was getting fucked up left and right. Now he's just kind of chilling.
so. It's part of me agrees with you. The other part is like, it's it's
There's like no sense of urgency in terms of
it's a
fighting off these demons.
but it's a I don't know. It's just a good old fashioned brawl, which nothing has
Yeah,
been.
but he shouldn't be brawling. He should be like way worse off. Like he's not good enough to brawl with a 4th ranked
No, I would say at this
upper
I would
demon.
say at this point it's a little ridiculous that he's like it feels like he's almost taking on like 2 or maybe even 3 at a time. I would say before it was fine because it would be like we're all gonna gang up on like Tanjiro gets removed from the fight altogether.
Mm.
Um, and then Nezuko and the other dude, like rightfully so, they're just getting their asses whooped with their demons so they can regenerate.
Yeah, like that's fine. Nezuko getting torture porn is, as much as I hate it, is fine for her. She's gonna regenerate. But
Exactly. So they're away, but now they're all together. Yeah, I agree. This episode, it felt incredibly plot armor ish.
yeah, like look at the Mist Hashira fighting the baby arm guy. He's getting fucked up.
He's just
Like
yeah, he's just slowly suffocating.
because that's how all the other fights go. Like you mess up once, you get, oh look, you just got impaled with a bunch of fucking spikes. There you go. Good luck. Oh, you're drowning in a pot right now. Good luck getting out of that. Like there's serious stakes in those fights. I just feel like, I don't know. Like yeah, it just feels like Tanjiro's backyard wrestling these 4 demons while Genya runs around with infinite time and no urgency to kill this Smurf demon.
He did until he tried to kill homeboy. And Miss Mama said he was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna get killed," and then the whole sword broke. That screaming, I'm like, you literally sent the worst person to kill this person, to kill this demon.
Yeah, I was like, Tanjiro, you just go and chase after the demon. You can clearly tell where he is. Just go.
Right. I mean,
also, since Genya can regenerate, he should be the one fighting the. See, I'm gonna rewrite this whole fight. Genya should be fighting the 4-on-2 with Nezuko, and he can get fucked up because he can regenerate, and Nezuko get fucked up because she can regenerate. And since Tanjiro can smell where the small demon is, he should be the one chasing after the small demon. There, fixed.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah, that actually makes more sense. But yeah, that did not happen, and then the sword broke, and he didn't even get phased by the bullet wounds. And then and then there was the sad dude who did his little sad attack, sad spear.
Yeah,
and
we got
literally turned
Genya's backstory as well.
Oh yeah, and Genya was turned into Swiss cheese.
Rip. Well, not rip because he's just gonna regenerate. But
yeah.
Still hurts.
Yeah, right. Apparently not enough to fire at someone. But yeah, speaking of getting this flashback, yeah, that was sad. He got Tanjiro'd.
You got the Tanjiro experience, having your entire family killed by demons.
Yep,
All
except
50 of his brothers and sisters.
all of them. And unfortunately, it was his mother.
Mm-hmm.
And then he cussed out his brother, and then we learned that. Well, I learned that the brother was one of the Hashira, the white-haired Hashira. But it explains why the white-haired Hashira feels this way because
Mm-hmm.
why he felt, why he reacted the way he did about Nezuko's existence. Because he's like, how dare you? I had to kill my mom. Like, I had to kill. And now you want this bitch to stay here? Huh?
I completely forgot about the way here Hashira into this episode, to be honest with you.
Absolutely, me too. So yeah, that's a lot. And oof, I feel bad. I feel so bad for Genya, who's just trying to like make up for the way he treated his brother. As well, this is where a lot of his determination comes to like reconcile with his brother. I'm just like, oh, that's coming from such like a pure place of almost of like love slash duty to your older sibling. So yeah, it was really cool finding out his motives and why he does what he does. Yeah. I mean, it was still a fine episode. Like, got the fighting, the stabbing, the shooting.
Oh yeah, no, it's still a good episode. Demon Slayer. Yeah. I'm just being nitpicky because it's Demon Slayer.
Yeah. Also,
I expect perfection.
The animation of the little demon running was hilarious.
Oh yeah, no, that show's hilarious.
Oh my god,
I need a loop of that.
It's like comic. Oh, wait, no, I need to write this down. I need to write this down. Because what I finally found what my next thing is going to be. It's definitely going to be me playing Roman Holiday by Nicki Minaj. To that literally to him running away with that hilarious end. I bet they did on purpose because it looks so bad. Like in a very funny
I
way.
kind of want to agree with it. I feel like it's definitely intentional to be comedic because that shit was fucking hilarious.
It was so funny.
I think it was similar to that one, if you remember way back in season 1, there was like this one scene where Nezuko was running for her life against Shinobu, and then like she was like jumping over the swords and like shrinking, and she like went really small and ran really fast.
Yeah,
it's one of those meme.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh my gosh, this is going. Oh my god, y'all are gonna be so sick of me. Y'all are gonna be sick, sick. Oh man. Yes. Thank you, Football. Thank you for that gift.
Yes.
I will put it to great use.
Yes.
All right. Up next, we have no. There will be no.
Damn, the streak is broken.
Yeah, no Momosu Gundam. I know. Ironically
now something
enough,
else can win episode.
Ironically enough, there's one. I'm disappointed that there's no Witch of Mercury Gundam this week, because there's one episode where I feel I could really contest it for it.
Yeah, too bad.
Right.
The chance.
And mind you, I don't know. Next week.
Possible.
Right. It's possible. It's possible. So we're gonna skip right along and go to Konosuba Bakuen episode. Are we on 6?
Yes, this is the post-graduation episode for Megumin.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Union. I like how very comfortable Union's getting with her relationship with Megumin. It's very fun to watch. Like now she's getting very aggressive with her.
Yeah, yeah. They did a good job of like showing the progression of their relationship through the first few episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Like first she was so reserved and like standoffish, like can I call you Megamina? And now she's running up at her and like grabbing her and
Right.
throwing insults at her and shit.
Right. Especially after her doing explosions in the middle of the night. The odd job montage was pretty hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
For Union, she's like, I never want to see another potato. uh Also, like Hime, Megumin is also a pathological liar.
Yes, but it's more funny when
Oh,
Megumin
it's
does.
so much more fun when she does it. Oh, it's so good. Let's see. And we have a new character. Well, not new because we already saw her, but we finally know who she is.
Mm-hmm.
This woman by the name of Arnes appears to take the cat. She's like, oh
Yes.
yes, it's my savior, the cat, or my mistress. Right, my mistress.
Mm-hmm. Which I guess all but confirms the cat is evil demon lord or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
But Chimosuke ain't here. None of that. Does not want to go with her at all. um, excuse me. And then what happened? That alerts the town.
Oh, she wants to trade the cat in for 300,000 Aries, but
Hmm.
obviously the cat doesn't want to go. And then what's his name? Creepy stalker dude shows up in her house for no reason
Right, that's where
and
the
just sees
quote
her.
comes from. I didn't end the quote.
Mm,
He's like, you have the energy of a trash man or something, or a trash
mm,
person.
For some reason, trashy people are just attracted to what's her name? Arnis.
Uh, yeah, but then poor Ernest got run out of town. Oh, and Megan kept her
I feel like that
money.
whole thing was, I like that whole situation was just a setup for her eventually running into Kazuma because she was just like, oh no, I can't be around trash men. Oh, there's so many trash men around here.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta leave. I'm like, oh, she's gonna run into Kazuma like in season 3 and be like, just start projectile vomiting from the from his aura. How can
Yeah,
someone so trash be here?
it actually makes sense. That's a pretty good setup. Let's see. The goodbye was very sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give it a buck. I didn't remember too much of it because at this point I was literally falling asleep. This is before my power nap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the whole goodbye scene. I mean, well, it's obvious that she was gonna get the eye patch from
Yeah.
Arue,
Mm-hmm.
but it was still cute.
Yeah.
Arue looks so weird without the eye
She
patch, though. I
does.
can't.
Yeah. And then the other girls gave her a staff, so you know where she gets her staff from. There's a bunch of
Mm,
cute little things. I was like, that was very sweet.
yeah, she had a little goodbye moment with Union gave her Chimosuke. I was like, please take care of the cat.
Yeah, that was really. Yeah, it was a good touching send off. My only problem with
I
it.
won't.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if this is going to be where she gets to the traveler city to meet Aqua and Kazuma and them.
Yeah, my only thing is like, what the fuck happened for the other 6 episodes?
That's all. I wonder if it's gonna be a retelling of season
I
one,
hope
but from her
not.
perspective.
I kind of hope not, but
No, I just imagine she's gonna go to the town and have adventures with like the other parties and fuck everything up, and then that it's gonna leave off where season one
yeah,
starts,
where no one
where
wants
she sees the
her
ad. Yeah,
because
no one wants her, and she sees the ad for Kazuma
yeah,
and Aqua. That'd be like a perfect little tie the bow on the whole thing.
agreed.
And then they can announce season 3 right after. Oh my god, I'd be so hyped.
Oh my god, I would literally come.
Mm-hmm. Same.
So yes, putting that out there into the universe. All right, yeah. very fun episode as always.
Mhm.
Moving on to some of my ranking, season 2, episode 5.
As predicted, now we got Friend's backstory. Well, Friend's story.
Yeah, like backstory. We didn't even know he existed.
Yeah, he was around until this season.
So, friend decided to go look for this demon, but friend isn't allowed from the underworld because he's a monster, and those
Mhm.
are the rules. But he's still gonna do it anyways. And once they found that he's fled, they sent troops after him. Uh, the troops, they get into an altercation, but because this show is so fucking sweet and good feels and good vibes, we find out that instead of anyone getting murdered, the whole fight was staged.
Yep.
And yeah, even to the point where the commander was in on it. And he's just like, yeah, bye girls. um I love how they're like, Despo was like, hey, just don't involve me in it, as they involve him in it.
Yeah.
Um oh, and then Friend, once he tries to take responsibility for what he did, the king is just like, oh, well, people said that you died, so it can't be you, so we're just gonna exile you. Bye. Which was, a very good way to handle that scenario, all things
Yeah. The
considered.
nicest way to
Right.
get rid of him. Like, we were not just gonna kill you again, so.
Right. So I'm just like, ugh, not everything having a good ending, relatively
Mhm.
speaking.
The show is like the anti Higurashi. It takes bad situations and makes them good.
Exactly.
It's like, oh my god, how can this possibly be resolved where everyone's happy? Oh, it is. Okay,
Right.
that's nice.
Right. It just makes me so happy.
Yeah, whereas Higurashi's like, wow, this is really nice. Oh no,
Oh
oh
god, it's
no,
only getting
what
worse.
happened? Where did it go wrong?
Why? Oh god, no. The horror. Yeah. Not this anime. This is great. The horse thing with was it like Whiteback or something, White something.
Was it White Knight or
Yeah,
something? I don't remember.
that sounds about right. That almost sounds like it.
Mm.
That whole thing with the horse is funny. Funny enough, do you know what that reminds me of? Almost makes me wonder if it's a reference
What?
to um shit. To Bugs Bunny riding in on that fat white horse. Do you remember that that one specific
Oh
scene?
yeah. I thought about that the first time I saw that horse too. I'm like, yeah, nah, it couldn't be.
It feels
But
like
it does look a lot like
it
it.
looks so much like it. Like it has even like the same attitude and everything.
Hmm. Also, I love that the horse that the main horse fell in love with just looked straight like an anime character. He looked like Vegeta as a horse.
Yes, he literally was like, I am MC Horse. And then we found out MC Horse had a whole MC family.
Yep.
And she said, F this, I'm going back to being fat. And I'm like, girl, relatable content. The way I did just that after I broke up with my ex. I said, I'm not looking cute for any man right now. F that.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was like a cute little way to end the episode.
Yeah, I loved it. It was really cute, nice and warm. This is just like the warm, cuddly show.
It really is. Uh, and like I can't wait for more fluff from in next week's episode.
We need the fluff in between episodes of Vinland Saga and Gundam and
Ab-
Oshinoko.
Absolutely. Wait, are you saying we don't need it for the fluff of Yuri Is My Job, which is
Oh,
next?
we might need it for next week.
Oh yes. So up next is Yuri Is My Job, episode 6.
Did you see the after credit scene?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
I
okay.
sure
Yes, let's talk
did.
about.
I sure did.
This is like that meme where it's like the consent meme where it's like two characters love each other, like I consent, I consent. It's like you forgot to ask someone, and Kana goes in the other room like I don't consent to this.
Yep. So once again, this episode, everything's being set up so that Hime is the innocent one and Ayano is the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
But at first, they're like being normal. Like, no, they're being normal, whatever. And then, of course, Ayano is like, oh my god, I'm gonna be super serious about it and be too much in my head and so on and so forth. Meanwhile, everyone just wants Homegirl to get her shit together. Like, like, yeah, I'm like, y'all, can you just dot dot dot?
Mm-hmm. Just chill, be normal.
I think you need to
Ayano
chill.
be normal challenge.
Ayano be normal challenge. Yeah, that. Ugh. But yeah, it doesn't work. Or yeah, she feels very like, oh my god, I don't know, I don't get it, I don't know, I don't get it. And by the way,
Mm-hmm.
I read an article, a Shot Anime News Network. I read um someone's. I'm trying to find the article because I thought I had it and then I lost it. Episode 5. Um, yes. Shout out to Richard Eisen Eisenbay Eisenbase. It's
Mm-hmm.
Beis. I'm like, I don't know if any of them words are uh I don't know if any of these words are silent, but I'm sorry, Richard. Forgive me. Um and I love how they do like this deep dive because we're always talking about like, oh my god, Hime ain't shit. Hime da da da. Fuck Hime, fuck Hime. But I like that in this review in particular, they kind of delve into Yano's psyche, and it puts a lot of things into perspective.
Mm-hmm.
It's a so there's one line. Um, so and this is a quote from the article. While Mitsuki suffers from having a low EQ, which stands for emotional intelligence quotient,
Mm-hmm.
Hime's EQ is abnormally high. She can empathize with people, seeing right through them to the thoughts that drive their words and actions. This allows her to act in a way that makes them like her. However, she can't read Mitsuki the same way since Mitsuki fundamentally views the world differently from everyone else she's ever known.
That's a good way of putting it.
Right.
Like,
I
yeah,
was like,
it's really good.
huh. I was like, you.
Damn.
Right. I was like, that's really. I was like, I'm gonna bring this up on the podcast. Hello.
Yeah, that dude's cooking.
Right. Yeah. I was like, hold on. Let my man Rich cook.
Yeah.
But and he's absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
Mitsuki kind of, she's not really good at reading in between the lines. She's or the inner workings in relationships. To her, it's very black and white, and he on the other hand sees it all. Like it's all a
Yeah.
giant ass web for her.
Mm-hmm. And she's like, and Ayano's like the only one who can't be part of that web. She can't read her.
Exactly. And even in this scene where in this episode, especially when she confronts Hime in the back room,
Mm-hmm.
where she's just like, "Oh, like you're saying all these nice things like I'm doing this to protect you, but you're a liar and you're a backstabber." Like that just demonstrates that she just has a general lack of understanding.
Yeah, and I think this is believable in the sense like, see, I don't like teen dramas because they're like very unbelievable. I think, like, from the standpoint of me being an adult and just thinking rationally, I'm just like, all right, none of these situations make any rational sense. Whereas this is a more organic situation. Like, I can see this type of misunderstanding developing between somebody who has such, you know,
First of
high
all,
social
okay.
skills and then,
First of all, Chotamate. You got that.
mm,
Don't tell me that this is super like d- like this is a these are like two lesbians that haven't seen each other after years, working out their drama, literally in the middle of work in a public setting. None of that is believable.
their drama is believable in the sense that they have very conflicting personalities,
Yes, that
and
and
all the source of their drama is very realistic.
yeah, that yes, that much is true. That I can agree with you.
Not the whole setting of them in
Yeah,
the
I'm like,
restaurant
what?
and doing their whole little therapy session in front of the customer.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, but Hime still does her thing where she's just like, I'm going to try and fall on my sword to protect you, but she does it in a more direct way
Mm-hmm.
where she's like, no, I'm gonna break us up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Yano, and I think this is the point where Hime lights go on. She's like, oh, Yano's just like, no, I don't. That was like, unlike you, I don't care what people think about me.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like they're very different in
Yeah,
terms of, like, yes, he may only cares what everyone thinks about her, whereas I was like, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about me.
exactly. And then when she just said that, just literally, she said, she's like, oh, so I just didn't lie. None of this would have happened.
Yeah, I love the obvious realization of, like, wait, if I had just done the thing I want and not cared what others thought, this would have never happened.
What?
Nani?
Right, and you know, and even despite all that I just said about Yano's low and emotional intelligence, excuse me, Hime, you know, she she also, as we've said over time, right, she gets putting her in these situations where also I feel like most people wouldn't even get it. Most people wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
understand. He took like a really huge jump.
Yeah, that was a very big leap of faith, but you know I like
Right. And
that.
like it
So
wouldn't work with most people and it doubly wouldn't work with Yano.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, he may just like, no, he may, you don't have to be as convoluted and manipulative
Just be
just
honest,
because you're
bruh.
so perceptive of people. Right. And then yeah, like that whole thing where they're crying, they're saying I love you.
Yeah, so we got an actual "I love you" confession. That was nice.
Right, like I was like, girl, on episode 6, so many anime, we're just doing getting all these milestones out the way halfway through.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, and then of
I
course,
feel like this happens all the time with like Yuri and Yaoi or like Shonai and Shodai.
oh
We always get the confession like halfway through the series, versus like other romance or straight romances. They're just like, all right, we're on episode
yeah, no, straight
80.
romances, y'all, y'all be doing the most. Y'all be doing the most. Not that I love you by episode 13. Come on now.
Mm,
That's like the only thing that I like about Yaoi. Then in most cases, it's like, oh my god, I like you, and that'll happen. Well, it's either I like you relatively halfway through the anime, or at least not the last episode. But then,
mm,
of course, I dislike it because it's usually followed up by like episode. It's usually um it only comes to a head after many episodes of kind of sexually explicit situations that reek of dubious consent. which is my problem with Yaoi.
I don't want to see how Yano and Hime navigate consent. That's gonna be a whole other issue.
Nope. No, I didn't.
It's a whole other can of worms.
The way I'm putting that into a box. Boop. Gone. Never think about it again.
That's a whole other arc that we have to go.
Bitch, that's next season.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, and I was getting my life watching while they're having their whole sweet moment, and Kanako just like frothing at the mouth.
Fuming. She had her little Arthur like fist moment,
I know.
like clenching her fist, like God damn it.
Oh my god, the way I was so tempted because I was so over her having that stank face. Like she made a face at one point. I was so tempted to just take a screenshot, post on Twitter, and say, "Girl, fuck you." I was tempted. I still might do it.
Oh, she was so mad this whole episode.
Right, like she was just. Like, and she got a little messy. Like, she got a little messy at one point where she was just, like, trying to just be reinforcing those very negative stereotypes. Like, I think she just... Yeah, she just wants... whatchamacallit? Hime to need her so bad. To the point where she's just saying awful things about Yano. And the gag when she stood in front of her when Yano came into the back room. I was like, bitch, you don't. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Kanako. Because it would have been fine when... No, honestly, because it's... She showed her hand too soon of her being a complete stalker, and now I'm just like, I'm like, I don't like her. You're gonna interrupt their lesbian healing moment
just when they were getting their moment going.
I know. Ugh. Luckily,
even that moment at the end was beautiful, where she was just like hugging Hime and just like blushing.
Oh my god! And she's like, "Oh my god, stop teasing!" And meanwhile, Hime's just like in her tits, like literally struggling to speak / breathe. So yeah, that was super cute. But like, as you said, Oni, there was an after credit scene, and said scene was the fact that Kanako actually left her phone at work.
Damn.
First of all, knowing that I'm the stalker bitch that I am. Well, some people don't realize that what they're doing is stalker shit. Some people know and they don't care, or they're like, people don't understand me. But I don't think she knows what she's doing is like some stalkery shit. Especially because she didn't even have a lock. I'm like, oh girl, you are the Lulu. You are delusional.
Listen, even if I'm normal and I'm not doing stalker shit, I lock my phone and I'm aware of where it is
at all times. Like she didn't even go back
leaving
for
it unlocked somewhere.
Like, oh, what the fuck? But whatever, I guess. And then Chibana goes to her phone and she's just like, oh, like I love the make she said she's like, huh, like interesting. Like,
yeah, wow, this is very interesting.
Yeah, it's,
I see.
Right, and this is after the conversation where, fuck, what's her name again? The manager. She tries to convince the manager, tries to convince her, like, hey, maybe you should be Scissor Sisters or whatever with Kanako. I know they're called Schwartz Sisters. I'm calling them Scissor Sisters.
Yeah, that's basically it.
And then she's like, no, the girl doesn't even talk to me.
Is she just like playing matchmaker? Like, oh, maybe you should be with... Like, I wonder if that's the manager's thing. She's just like hooking girls up with each other.
I don't know, but I hope... I don't know. How do you...
Because I want to say that they're going to be a pairing together now.
I hope I kind of hope
comical.
not, but it kind of
But
looks.
I'm like, I don't see how.
Oh,
Like,
girl, they have
how do you
6 whole
turn a stalker?
episodes. They got turn a
Is that enough time to
turn a stalker
stalker
into a
Yandere
housewife.
into yeah?
It's half a season, so they're gonna find out some way. It's like, I guess,
Mm.
I guess.
That or Kaneko's gonna do some crazy wild shit. Like
I
she's gonna start next episode and she just throws like a platter at Yano or something.
Oh my god, yeah, I kind of do want to see a good old Yandere freak out moment. Oh, please
Mm.
give that to us. They're not gonna give it to us, but that would be so
No,
great.
I think at most we'll get like her freaking out at Hime, like, why would you ever trust her? Blah blah blah, blah. Like that kind of freak out moment.
Right. Well, here's hoping.
Here's hoping.
All right, up next we have Yuusha got Shinda, episode 6. There wasn't really a lot for me to write about this episode. Not that.
It's funny because
Mm-hmm.
stuff happened, but it wasn't just like a lot of stuff happened, but it's like nothing happened.
Exactly.
You know?
Like, he just basically Toda possessed Yuna's body, and then was like, I'm going to be a pervert with it. And then was stopped multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
In very fun ways, admittedly. Like, oh yes, time to take a bath, and then they completely blindfold him, and they're like, nope, you can't see her naked body. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Or when he tries to like look at her, like feel up her thighs, Yuna's thighs, and then they just like tie her up with rope.
They're like, I want to protect her as much as you do.
Yeah.
So we're tying you up.
Period. What else happened? I feel like that was like the majority of it. Oh, another fun whatchamacallit trope that kept happening was how the redhead kept getting like forgotten. Like, he had like a cool moment for like 5 seconds in the last episode, and everyone just like I remember seeing where the mayor was just like, they went onto the roof and they were like walking like, oh, is that your plan? Is he gonna protect us? And then he looks at him, he's like, no, I don't know who the fuck that is. Like,
he just keeps getting left to the side. It's actually kind of meta because I also forget he's there half the time. He just shows up.
That's true. I do keep forgetting until he shows up, and then
Like when at the end of the episode, at the post credit scene, it was just like, "Whoa, all right, this dude is in the show."
That was so wild how he just got pushed into the water. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, he's there. There he goes. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And then they kind of allude to either Yuna being able to use a sword or him actually being like a chosen hero because he can use a sword in Yuna's body. I feel like it's probably the latter.
Yeah, me too.
Like, oh, you use a sword in whatever body, but the corpse couldn't use a sword.
Maybe.
That's what I
Like
think.
he was the real hero the whole time.
Ooh, maybe something like that.
Plot twist.
Dun dun dun.
But either way, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. I'm looking for the next episode. All right, and last, oh, certainly not least,
Jesus.
Vinland Saga, season 2, episode 18, which is
He still gets slave masters.
which is
Is he still slave master of the year?
no, I don't think so. This is our episode of the week.
Yep. This was let's turn into Roots real quick.
Please shut up! Don't do that. Oh my god, you are terrible. What did I say? I said not his father laughing in the. Oh right. So what's his face? Canute
Canute.
is on their way there. Um, the mercenary dude. I think he's a mercenary. I forget what his force, what his name is, or what the forces he commands. I forget what his name was. It like Thorkel. That
Thorkel. They're all Thor.
I
It's
know. Yeah,
so
it's a little annoying.
yeah.
So annoying. No, that's not Thorkel because Thorkel's
No, it's Thor. Damn it. Watch him not be Thor at all.
he's definitely a Thor. He's definitely a Thor.
They're all Thor.
I lied. He's a Floki.
The only one who's not a Thor.
Well, he looks like a Thor though.
He does. You look like a Thor.
He definitely looks like a Thor. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, so Thor Floki,
Yeah, Thor Floki.
and name of the other dude, Knut's right hand man who is in charge of the armed forces.
Wolf.
Is that his name?
I believe so.
Okay, well, yeah, Wolf.
Thor Wolf.
And they kind of have this cute little tit for tat where he's just like, "Hey, you shouldn't talk such a way in front of as part of his liege, da da da." And then Homeboy was like, "It'll be good to remind you that I'm not actually part of his liege, bitch." And I was like,
I
"Ooh."
I got strong betrayal vibes coming from that. Like
Yeah,
he's just like, I'm not answer to him. We're allies, man. We're equals.
yeah, oh, absolutely. Um, let's see. So Canute. Yep. And Canute's gonna be like, if they try some shit, I'm gonna kill them all. Period. And then you just see his father, his dead dad, laughing in the corner, his head. So then they get off the ship. Dorgel's ready for Dorgel's literally just like ready to die. He's like, yes, we're gonna fight. He's like, Mama, get everything ready. We're about to have a battle, okay? But Leafson isn't worried about all that. He's like, can I just find Ketil and they can release my slaves, please? Thank you. And Ketil is also not worried about that. He's worried about one person only, and that's Arnhide. And he's just like, yo, where's Arnhide? I need Arnhide, please. And it literally to the point where he just ignores his wife completely.
Yeah.
If she wasn't a slave owner, I'd feel bad for her. But she's a slave owner, so fuck her. And the wife, and I could tell. Oh, she was so smug about it too.
It's like, well, I got some news to report.
She's like, oh, you looking for your wife? Your wife that tried to run away? Oh yeah, her old flame came back for her and got so many men killed. All this over over this woman that you love. How about that?
Yeah, not rub him the right way.
I think that's right. I think that was the final straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, because if you remember, even before he went to his wife, he was all the thing he said was like, "I need to see Arnhide. I need her to console me."
Like he doesn't need. Yeah, he needs to be consoled by Arnhide because he's just like, oh my god, like like this whole fight happened. He's more or less an enemy of the state. Like they're gonna seize and burn his land, or burn his land. Like he's like essentially lost everything already, and then on top of it, insult to injury, the only woman that he cares for at this point, Arnhide, was like she too was trying to dip, and he was just like, which is why he's like, why is everything slipping through my fingers? And then snap, crackle, pop. He moseys his way onto. By the way, I feel so bad how everyone hates Arnhide.
I don't hate Arnhide,
I no when I
but
say everyone hates Arnhide, it's I mean literally all them, literally all anyone that's not Thorfinn or Einhard or
oh
Einar.
well, they have a reason to
Yes,
because she got all their friends
yeah,
killed.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. I'm
like,
not saying it's for no reason. I'm just saying I feel bad that everyone
mm,
just hates her. Now we just add Ketil on the list. But
mm,
yeah, Mama. I feel like I know what you're gonna say, maybe, and I like
mm.
might agree because it's like, girl, you really you should have stayed your ass inside that house.
Mm-hmm.
B, you should not have cut him. The first thing you should have done is call for help.
Yep.
That was when you fucked up. Like,
Yeah, pretty much.
call for help. If they would try to kill you, they would have been like, I'm pregnant. Also, they can't kill her.
Oh yeah, if they tried to kill her, it would have been like worst case scenario. They would. That's like the master's best favorite woman. They would not.
Exactly, they wouldn't even killed her. So yeah, but I think she got caught up in the sauce when he became like when Gardar became sane for like 0.5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm-mm. However, that being said, he did not deserve what happened next,
Oh no, of course not.
where Petal threw the stick and he's like, "Did you leave?" And another thing, she doesn't even try to like explain herself. She just stood there looking stupid while he had a whole stick in her.
Like, say something. Say you're pregnant.
Right, and then he's like that first hit I wasn't ready for.
Yeah, that was sudden.
That yeah, that was pretty wild. Also, I'm like, I don't know. Ah, I like it was. I really hated the fact that he kept beating her after she said she was pregnant. Like he was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, I'm pregnant, not stomach. I'm pregnant," and he's like, "Oh, bet everywhere else then."
I think that's what sold it for me as him being like the ultimate. Like that was like when he was unredeemable. Like what he did. Well, first off, hitting her first was pretty bad. But even after she was like, "I'm pregnant," and he was like, "Oh, okay, well, still hitting you."
Yeah,
That was pretty. That was like the point of no return.
yeah. It's just like, ooh, like
But it's kind of like I like it because
mm-hmm.
I get where he's coming from in the sense of
Yeah, cause
how he started off the story just being like, "Oh, I'm just a happy guy and I'm just having a happy farm with my happy family and this girl I like," and we just like see him slowly break apart, like
yeah,
the literally like you said lose everything and like everything's falling apart for him and like he's like, well, I'm in this zone now. I've been completely destroyed, so why not?
right, exactly. And he's just like, no, he's like, the entire time I've been made a fool of. He's like, you, the slave girl, are not going to make a fool out of me. Like his
Hmm.
ego just couldn't take that
Right.
blow.
Even when he like finished beating her and then he's like leaving
Yep.
and Leaf was like, "Oh, I'll buy her too,"
He's
but when he
like,
was like,
nope.
"No, she's
He's like,
mine."
nope, that is mine. I'm just
Hmm.
like,
Damn.
ah, ah. Also, not Ana are still simping over this woman. Like they're tied, not
Oh
something
god,
tied
Aaron,
up.
stop.
Like he's just like, oh my god, Einhard. Like, oh my girl, shut up.
Stop it.
Like enough, man.
Move on.
Please.
What you do? Fight Snake now? Fight the Master?
Dot dot dot.
fight what's his face?
Canute.
Thor yeah, Canute or what's his face's son? The Master's son?
Thorio.
Yeah, Thorgil.
Right. So yeah, that was a lot. I mean, I did like that conversation where he was like, where Thorfinn's like really regretting how the situation went down. He's
Mm.
really like sad about it. He's like, "Yo, was there another way?" I'm like, "Yes, there was another way. It's called letting Gardar die."
Yeah, the other way was not talking to Gardar at all and just removing yourself from the situation.
Right? Like Thorfinn, you did it all you could do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, that scene where Ketil just walks past everyone, gets the sword out, and he's like, "I'm not letting anyone take anything from me, not even this fucking king." I said, "Oh."
So what's the over under on him dying? I feel like he's not gonna die.
Oh,
Everyone
he's
else is gonna
definitely
die.
going to die.
You think
I think
so?
he's gonna die.
I feel like his sons are gonna die.
Dorgill's
I
definitely
feel like
dead.
Snake is gonna die. I feel like everyone in the farm is gonna die, but he will live.
That'd be tragic.
Because Canute would be like the type of person who'd be like, all right, you're gonna live with the fact that you fought me and like, you know what I mean? Like, I will keep
Mm,
you alive and kill everything you love and have and treasure.
that's true. That is true. I love how Thorgill's completely happy about it. Like him talking to Almar, Thorgill's like, "Yeah, we're about to do our first battle," and he's like, "Well, considering it's the king's, probably gonna be our last." Like, he don't give a fuck. He just wants to fight.
Yeah. Like, I just want violence.
And I'm like, "Good for you, girl. You're about to get it." So yeah, I'm looking forward to next week and all the fighting and all that jazz.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Right. And with that being said, that's the end of our weekly reviews, and that's the end of our podcast. Oni, be so kind, please take us away.
Guys, if you enjoyed this episode of the Waifu podcast, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe so you can catch this podcast every week as it goes up. If you haven't already, do follow us over on Twitch, follow us on Twitter, and join the party on our Discord, all linked in the description down below. If you'd like, you can even become a channel member or patron and join us for our weekly live watches. We're watching Demon Slayer and Konosuba this season. So, if you want to be a part of that, you know what to do. And Drew, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, just I think this month is also Mental Health Awareness Month. So yeah, take care of yourselves mentally. If there's ever a month where you feel stressed and you feel like you need to take that one day to yourself, now be the time.
100%. And on that note,